Let's close the weekend with Cadet Extreme 200. Hayden Clark and Callum Lewis on the front row from Bella Franklin and Gracie Mitchell. Oliver Buckton and doubling up Ollie Poole in 6th position. David Mack and Isabella Stansmore-Wilson are completing the grid. It's going to be an interesting one, this. Hayden Clark from pole position, carrying a very prolific number in motorsport, 46. That's the doctor's number, Valentino Rossi. Let's see if he can put in as spectacular a show. Darren Beavers gives the 5-second board. Very glamorous, Mr. Beavers. And I have a feeling they don't need any grid girls in the world of Bambino Kart Club. Away they go, and it's a cracking start from Hayden Clark to the first corner. Can Callum Lewis fend off from Bella Franklin? Bella Franklin has broken through into second, so the answer is no. And Bella Franklin into that second place spot as they come into the square left, the new section of the circuit. Bella Franklin is, however, crowded out by Callum Lewis, who storms back to the inside. Bella Franklin on the switchback, though, gets back in a second position. Lots of overtaking already for second place.
Great battling, and that's what you want to do if you get overtaken at this stage of the race. Get the position back as soon as you can. And the 14 running the curbs, taking all of the curb there. Lucky not to spin himself out, Callum Lewis.
And now in 4th position, that is Gracie Mitchell trying to come through as well. So Bella and Gracie working very hard at the front end of the field as they battle for supremacy in second place. Good, well held from Bella Franklin, but Callum Lewis is going to go side by side. They run wheels, and somebody's not a happy camper. Callum Lewis had his hand in the air as if to say, what are you playing at? I think it's called motorsport.
Yeah, unfortunately, it looks like I've chosen the wrong cart to put my onboard camera on, Jake, because it's on, guess what? Guess who's got my onboard camera on?
Not the 46.
The 46 got my onboard camera on, not
Isn't
good.
that just the luck? Unbelievable.
And that's because in the earlier race, I thought that's a really good battle. They were switching around for the lead. I thought, yeah, that should give me some really entertaining stuff, but it doesn't look like.
Well, here we go again.
Clark is playing ball with me.
Callum Lewis rubbing side pods with Bella Franklin again as they go up the straight, up towards the right-hander. And here comes Gracie Mitchell trying to cut in round the outside. In 5th place, that is Oliver Buckton, and then the 94 of Ollie Poole. You can see they've just had to quickly, hurriedly stick a 9 on the plate there because, of course, he ran. Oh, problems for Callum Lewis. Now, Callum is not happy. I have a feeling that's going to be the same little issue.
Bit of contact there with Bella Franklin. It slowed them both down, but Callum Lewis came off worse.
And Gracie Mitchell is through in a second as a result. So Gracie Mitchell through into second place. Now, let's see what happens. So Lewis is in second place. Oh, I can understand that one. Just a little bit late on the brakes, unfortunately, for Bella Franklin. And that's what it's cost them both, I'm afraid to say. It's an easy mistake to make in these karts. They are a lot more powerful than the normal standard Honda Cadet. You've got a lot more bite in the right foot. But it's still unfortunate when you miss your braking point by a couple of metres or so.
Yeah, it's Gracie Mitchell that took good advantage though, didn't she? She was right on it as soon as she saw the contact, straight up the inside from 4th to 2nd, and that is Gracie Mitchell on the 11. Comfortably in 2nd place, Buckton 3rd, and then Bella Franklin on the 8th.
Well, Callum Lewis has got straight back on with it, up the inside first of David Mack, and now Ollie Poole, so through into 5th position. So Callum Lewis is obviously now in Nigel Mansell mode. He's driving with the red mist and trying to push his way further forward. So there's a great battle for second place. It's Mitchell, Buckton and Franklin, and now Callum Lewis has joined it in 5th position. So it looks as though it's going to be deja vu, and Callum Lewis will be a little bit frustrated. The driver, that he's got to pass is the 8 of Bella Franklin. I've got to do it all over again. It's like Groundhog Day 2.
Nice to see David Mack with a helmet in a proper man's colour, Jake, pink.
Absolutely.
Those of us that know about these things know that women stole that colour from us in 1940. It used to be a man's colour, and then in 1940 the women suddenly decided, no, we're going to have that colour, and they stole it.
Yeah, Piers Pryor always races in pink, of course. His pink leads is very notable in the British karting scene, but I have a feeling that David Mack is going to run that tribute band very, very well over the next few years.
Yeah. Piers Pryor, one of the best kart drivers, certainly one of the best karting test drivers you'll find.
Oh, contact! Oliver Buckton on the inside of Mitchell, and it's caused absolute skittles into the hairpin. All of them, it was like a bowling alley. They just all fell over, and the order that they've got back up again. Let's watch it again. Look, this is Buckton, and I think it's exactly the same thing. Look, he's just missed his braking point and tags Mitchell, and they all go 7 ways of Sunday. Look at that. It's just like a bowling alley.
Yeah, unfortunately for us, because that was building up to be a really tight race, and now they're all spread out, but will they all come back together again? We'll have to see.
And David Mack is the recipient.
He went from the back of that group to the front.
Oh my goodness, it's Stephen Bradbury in the Winter Olympics all over again. He was in dead last and he's come through and he's now in second place at the front end of the queue. Anybody who knows their Winter Olympics will know exactly what I'm talking about. Salt Lake City 2002, the best gold medal victory in the history of sport. I'm not kidding. Go and watch it on YouTube. Stephen Bradbury, just Google him. Anyway, a nice cutback as Bella Franklin takes the second place away from David Mack. Mack, however, has had a taste of the podium and he wants to keep it.
Trying to get it back, certainly. So Bella Franklin will go through the line in second. Hayden Clark with a comfortable lead. What's the lead now? Was 4.3. I think it's going to be over 5 seconds at this stage. We've already seen somebody win by 10 seconds. 5.5.
Wow.
So Franklin second from Mac Lewis, Buckton, Mitchell, Ollie Poole in his second race of the weekend, and Isabella Stansmore-Wilson just goes through the line now, struggling at the back of the field, but I think she is the least experienced of the drivers in the field.
You said a moment ago, it's a shame that they've all had that bowling alley moment at the hairpin, because we were about to get a really interesting battle and now it's all gone. No, it hasn't. They've hit the reset button. It's like PlayStation. They've just gone straight back into it again. Here we go. And now on the inside, Callum Lewis is going to make the move on Mack. Mack tries to hold him off, goes wide. They nearly bang wheels. Was there a little bit of rubbing there? Well, they do say rubbing's racing, but Lewis gets through regardless. Callum Lewis into third position, and it's almost exactly how it was before. Buckton and Mitchell still need to come back through.
We're pretty much back to where we were. Certainly 5 carts in this train. They were well spread out just a couple of laps ago after that incident. Not anymore.
Is it karting or is it bowling? It's a little bit of both here at Larkhall. Absolutely brilliant as they come through the first couple of corners up towards the new square left at turn 3, and Lewis is already having another look at Bella Franklin, and this is revenge as far as he's concerned. He's got the vengeance dial motivated. They come off the hairpin, back up the straight. You have even more speed when you arrive at this right-hander as a result of this new section, of course, so you're getting to this point even faster than you were before, so that makes a brand new challenge of a corner that anybody loved anyway. So Oliver Buckton now trying to make the move on David Mack. They go through the new hairpin, up the straight towards the next right, which is the heavy banking. Up the inside, is there going to be a move? Well, Mitchell is trying to get closer to the back of Oliver Buckton. Mack chops across on Buckton. Great pictures from the drone again as Bella Franklin and Callum Lewis are going to go to battle once again for second place. Lewis up the inside, there's not a lot of room. Bella Franklin is going to resist him. Absolutely terrific. Great wheel-to-wheel stuff. I tell you what, they really have saved some of the best racing for the end of the day, haven't they? This is brilliant.
Yeah, fantastic. We've seen great races today already. Here's another one. Not for the lead, of course, as we know. Clark with a comfortable 6.5 second lead or more as things stand right now. But this battle for second, incredible.
Yeah, if Hayden Clark wanted some airtime, I'm sorry. He's had a little bit of a raw deal, but he's dominating out in front. This is where the action is, though. Oliver Buckton trying to get off the inside line there of David Mack, and then cut back for a switch on the inside line, and he's going to get it this time. Buckton's going to go wheel to wheel. Oh, he's going to run off the power, and unfortunately Mitchell's got through into fifth position. Meanwhile, Lewis has got a run this time on Bella Franklin, and surely he's going to get the place on the inside line. Lovely job from Callum Lewis. That's how to get it done off the banked hairpin. Lovely.
Fantastic racing. 7 laps in, 8 laps now. And just a few to go, so we're getting towards the business end. Nearly 7 seconds for the leader. He's up the road and gone, but this is the battle we're concentrating on. This is the one with all the action and all the drama.
Well, Bella Franklin had another go at Callum Lewis on the inside at turn 1 and had to roll off the power, had to blend back out of it. Gracie Mitchell, meanwhile, has once again dealt with Oliver Buckton as Ollie Poole closes up on the back of them.
Jake, Gracie Mitchell's just set the fastest lap. She's 0.4 of a second quicker than the race leader. How is that possible?
I did wonder how she suddenly got herself back into the fray when she'd had the worst of the Skittles moment, hasn't she? She'd rolled over and played dead for about 4 seconds. Yeah, managed to get it back up the order, though.
I guess the fact that she's been chasing this group to get back into it has allowed her to go that much quicker, but she set the fastest lap, 59.0 compared to 59.4 for Hayden Clark.
Fair play to Gracie Mitchell. She's in front of Buckton and Poole now and has got David Mack firmly in her sights. So Gracie Mitchell going very well indeed as they go through the left-hander and up towards the left flick. Gracie Mitchell all over the back of David Mack as they get into the breakings over the square left again. In through the right hairpin. Roll off the power, get back on the gas on the apex, and let the power just roll you all the way down the back straight. This is going to be a really interesting battle for second and for fourth, because Bella Franklin's definitely not given up on Callum Lewis, and Gracie Mitchell's just getting started on David Mack with Buckton and Poole for company.
I think the fact that this bunch are battling, they are pushing themselves along. It looks to me like Hayden Clark is just well, he's off having a picnic, I think, out front. 59.4 for Clark, a 59.1 for Lewis in second place. 59.0 for the fastest lady on the track, Gracie Mitchell. 59.2 for Oliver Buckton. So the man out front is only fourth fastest on track, but he's got such a lead, doesn't need to be quick right now.
He's in cruise control mode. Gracie Mitchell goes for the move on the inside. David Mack will not be intimidated through turn one. Great to see these guys and girls having an absolutely sensational battle, as now at the inside, Buckton has a look. Can't quite get the move done on Gracie Mitchell. I tell you what, I have to say, we saw some incidents, didn't we, in the first couple of minutes? But the racecraft since then has been absolutely brilliant. They've learned their lesson. They've had a bit of wheel banging. It's gone a little bit pear-shaped for a couple of them, but they've managed to get themselves back into a position. And I tell you what, that is the quickest reset button I've ever seen in a cadet race.
You wouldn't normally see them all spread out after an incident. 4 of them caught up in that incident and then all come back together. But there's a couple of races going on now. Battle for, what, third and fourth.
Poole on
this battle.
Poole on the inside of Buckton. Buckton slamming the door firmly shut in his face. He almost got a nosebleed out of that one as they come up to the final hairpin. And Mack again has got Gracie Mitchell underneath. Oliver Buckton still pushing hard, and Ollie Poole trying to cut back to the inside. Buckton tries to get on the inside of Gracie Mitchell. Not enough speed out of the final hairpin to let that move finish up. And now Bella Franklin is starting to lose a couple of tenths here, a couple of tenths there to Callum Lewis in second place. But Mack, Mitchell, Buckton, Poole for fourth position. It's anybody's, and Mitchell's got a lovely run out of the hairpin. Can she hold it round the outside? Well, if she tries that, she's going to leave the door open for Buckton to come through on the inside. Buckton's going to commit. No, you don't. Gracie Mitchell slams the door shut again, and that's going to back Buckton into Ollie Poole, who's going to make his own bid on the inside. And again, Buckton has to defend. This is pure karting, exactly as it should be.
Top 7, you can see all top 7 there. The race leader, then the battle for second and third, and this battle for fourth, all in the shot at the same time. That's the thing that the drone has given us over the years, Jake, isn't it? It's just changed the way we can view what is happening on the track. The production value is quite amazing. It's a bit like you used to having a lot, or even do now, for example, in Formula 1 with the helicopters, of course, flying all over the place. But that's what the drones have given us. It's a great shot, and it allows you to look at all of the action and see where everybody is in relation to everybody else.
Yeah, in terms of the greatest innovation in terms of karting in the last few years, probably people might argue the tag engines, or maybe even the Nassau panel on the front. In terms of broadcasting, there's no argument at all. What's the greatest innovation in karting broadcasting? It's the flyby drone, isn't it?
Yeah, no doubt about it. It has changed the way we film the sport.
Mitchell's run a little bit wide there, so could lose out, but there's Hayden Clark. See you later, Hayden. Disappearing out in front.
Fifth fastest now on track.
Oh, Gracie Mitchell had to hold off Oliver Buckton, and again, Gracie's trying to make the move on David Mack as we go into the last lap. Hayden Clark has begun the 14th and final lap of this race. Second position is still up for grabs between Callum Lewis and Bella Franklin, but in reality, it's about whether Callum Lewis can hold on under pressure from Bella Franklin. But this is absolutely meteoric. What about this? A euphoric battle. Mack, Mitchell, Buckton, Poole. All 4 of them with a chance to do it. They've all shown their credence and their caliber today. All of them deserve 4th position. They've all been absolutely on it like a car bonnet, and they are going to push it to the line.
If David Mack wins that battle, I tell you what, he will absolutely be elated as he goes across the line, and so he should be. These are the battles you want to win at this stage of your career.
Ollie Poole tries to get on the inside of Buckton. That's not going to work. Gracie Mitchell's only got a couple more chances on David Mack, but this man, Hayden Clark, up front, has disappeared, vamoosed into the distance, and takes a brilliant dominating victory here at Larkhall in Cadet Extreme 200. Second for Callum Lewis, third for Bella Franklin. Will there be one final roll of the dice in the final hairpin from Gracie Mitchell? She's not quite going to make it. David Mack hangs on for fourth position in front of Mitchell, Buckton and Ollie Poole. Isabella Stansmore-Wilson comes home to finish a complete field of drivers. Fair play to Hayden Clark for the win, but great battling, and despite all of the drama, everybody coming home in fantastic fashion and great racing throughout. Goodness me, I need a quick drink after that.
Hayden, bit of a waste of an onboard camera putting it on your car because all we've seen is an empty track. Just talk us through the race if you can, because you had a massive lead on lap one. What did you put that down to?
I just tried to clear off. I was 14, had a bad start. I tried to defend and I just cleared off.
But in the pre-final it was difficult. It was close, wasn't it, in the pre-final, but not so much in the final. Who do you want to thank?
My dad and my mum, my sister and my brother.
Okay, well done.
Thank you.
That's all for now, but we'll be back with more Bambino Kart Club racing as part of the Super 1 event being held at the Little Rissington circuit. Fantastic track, lots of overtaking. We expect the races to be online from the 1st of August, so please join us then. This is Alan Teddy for TDI Media. Bye for now.